Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Notifacts. This show, I'm going to talk about the storm. What was the name? Dorian, yeah. And then we'll go from there. This past week, a terrible storm destroyed the Bahamas and many other islands. Then it started to come along the East Coast and put everybody on edge. A lot, but caused coastal damage. But it turned out to sea, but it still caused damage. Saturday was a windy and lots of rain. Wellfleet and other areas of the Cape had flooding and some damage to homes. The winds were awful, causing damage to the vehicles, homes, and people. Also, hopefully, the people could escape being hurt seriously, but the damage will take years to clean up, unfortunately. And all the areas it's a big mess down here. A lot of manpower to clean the mess. People have lost everything, creating no place to start living again. All those people will endure damages for a long time. God will make a way to at this point in time. The damage is so bad, all the southern towns will take time to clean up, start over again. Time will tell. What is Trump going to do? Do it better? I don't know. I don't think he will. He only predicted Alabama, and the storm came nowhere near Alabama to be hit. With a sharp pen, he had a Sharpie pen, then backfired on him. He startled. It was not him. All of the news had a piece of Dorian, but not like the Bahamas. Winds and rains caused a lot of homes and caused for headaches. And the home that was brought in Shrewsbury, if it came this far, the officials would call for another Prop 2.5 override. After all, the schools would have to have their hands out again. They would try to get their hands on the money. The Finance Committee will help them, and the officials have no experience because of the storm. The last time was, I think it was 53. Then when he had a big storm up here, came through this town. When is the Finance Committee and School Committee going to think of residents instead of money, money, money? What a sick bunch of nobodies. We have all officials should be elected, not appointed. The town manager has no right to appoint people. But this town is sick. This town manager is giving away everything. It takes some of the stress off the people. The little food and clothes and the places to stay they're going to have. But they're going to be there a long time. In the south, that will help, that's for sure. In some of these months ahead, who knows? That may get a storm after a rainstorm, or flooding, or possible snow. The atmosphere is all screwed up. So now, when help is needed, we may be behind the 8 ball. Who knows? We all must prepare in some sort of discipline to take care of yourself and neighbors, people living somewhere. We must realize that helping our friends and neighbors is in the forefront. We must not forget and realize winter is here. Snow in any amount is terrible. Driving in the past of everything, going to work, getting groceries, just living, pick up your kids and all stuff. And the elderly must come first. Don't make it a problem when it is what God wants. You will hold your head up high, go to church and pray for these 4 people. Have nothing, not one blessed thing to look at around them. You have many things you don't really need or haven't looked in years. Just look. You will find something. Go to a store and buy something people need. It's in the second hand, but Savers and Goodwill have plenty of cheap stuff. Get to town hall and see if there is a place in the town you can drop things off. Worcester, call the airport. They may tell you if there's planes off, when the planes fly down there, and then when our planes are on the line to go on, or do your another Prop 2.5. But to do it to the schools is a big issue in town coming up. What is so important that we need new schools every 5 minutes in this town? We just got done building the library. The schools have plenty of money. All these building projects should be put on hold. Help your fellow man, women, children will any convenience at all. Where will your kids go to school? Not a new school. Lincoln got taught in a log cabin. New schools doesn't mean a thing. Walls, ceilings, floors don't make you smart. You can get smart anywhere. Get a group going in your neighborhood. Shrewsbury schools have told you the word new. That's wrong. Everything the teacher will get rid of all the crooks and all the people who cannot teach. There is a lot in this town, not just teachers, but Sawyer and the committee are a big disgrace. Also, when all the officials can put the school department in their place. Why don't they do it? Who knows? The best of town remodelings, all the historic buildings, not Shrewsbury. They want gold floors and everything to go with it, and have nitwits. We just finished a daycare center library. This town is set up to screw around anybody they can, and some stop people. Let them do it. The day is coming for the state to put their foot down. Politicians won't do a damn thing. But if Hannah Kane wasn't around and Karen Polino wasn't around, what would the school committee do? School department. No, crybaby department, I'm sorry. And do two good ladies. They got to run again for election, so you're only putting them in a fouled area. Guaranteed there's a lot of people that don't like the building going on, but they're afraid to talk. Maybe they will be straight with the people. That's too much to ask. Sawyer gets too much money and does nothing except brown-nose anybody and everybody he can with his 200-pound head, and the officials who do something. The town manager, selectmen, finance, all other boards are very, very good. You don't need to hear of them dumping on residents, and they are all up in front of this town. The town must stop contributing money to the daycare center and school department, and all the buildings must stop. But only show what kind of elected officials we have. They can far and more wrath is stopping them. They could care less. All they want is to be seen on TV. But whatever. Think of people who need things. You wouldn't only building, and the only building to be built is the police station. That officials put off that most important building in town. I honestly think the school department runs Shrewsbury. A police station is what we need now, and not another school. Will the school department put their heads in the sand? No. The police endured enough working out of a closet. They must come first. The school department don't care about anything except themselves. And these people who agree with them, they're sicker than the school department. You don't need anything like that. We have enough problems in this town. Building schools or building something will wait. The police have endured enough. They've suffered enough. They need a new police station desperately. But you think these politicians will bring it to the forefront? No. They're going to bring it to the forefront in the winter months where nothing can be built or whatever. People will have a hard time going to vote on it. Psychologically, that means a lot to some of these people. But whatever. The police, the fire department, DPW, sewer and water, they have enough problems going out on a normal day and fixing things. But The police shouldn't have any problem at all. They should walk into a new station with the appropriate square footage and the places they want to see in there, not a building committee that knows nothing about nothing. But the people got to get off their butt and bug the officials about having a new police station. Enough with the school department and new schools. We had enough of that. This library is out of control. It's running wild with all kinds of kids and everything else. We don't need a daycare center library. If you go up there, you'll see what I mean. You'll see exactly what I mean. A police station is what we need. The school department put their heads in the sand. I doubt it. And that's the only building they need right now is a police department. If they want to incorporate, which they'll try to, some other little stupid building in with the police department, they'll try it. I know they will. This school department is very devious, and you can't trust anybody up there. Nobody. I just hope the children are being taught right, and I hope they're being handled professionally and being taught something. I know the school department, school committee could care less what they put out there for the teachers to teach. The teachers have enough problems. Let them teach what they're supposed to teach, and everybody will be happy. Some of these years ago, I don't know how these people got my phone number, but they got it. They had children in the school department, going to school. And years before I found these, they called me. This has been like 2 years or a year. They wanted me to go up their house and look at the nasty letters they got from the school department on the education of their children, special needs children. That's a damn disgrace. Those special needs children mean more than all kids need support. But the school committee had to interrupt them and send the parents dirty, rotten messages about their children with special needs. No, it's tough. Endure it. You're getting paid big money for it, too much money. And it's got to come to a halt. It's got to come to a wicked halt. But you won't see that happening in this town. No, I don't think this town manager is experienced enough to have any control with the different boards. He lets them all run wild. And this he's in his 30s. Tell me what you know. You're in your 30s. This town manager. We're in a lot of trouble, and you people don't even realize that. These people in town, these appointed officials, they have no experience with that, with anything like that. All they know how to do is what other people tell them to do, especially the town manager and the school department. I think the school department runs Shrewsbury. I honestly think that's the way it goes in this town. Yeah, schools are important. Yeah, they're important, all right, but not as important as a new police station. The little kids don't go out and arrest people. They don't give out tickets. They don't stop speeders. They don't get drugs off the street. These policemen handle things with their life every day. And a new police station is bad? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. A new police station would be just a cup of tea. Would be great. Would be really great in this town. Whatever it needs, it needs. The school department is all mouth when it comes to a building committee. They want a room a certain size, certain windows, certain floors, certain ceilings, certain desks, and all that stuff. I'm sorry, that don't work anymore. A desk does not teach the kid. The floors and the walls and ceilings don't teach the kids. Nothing teaches the kids except a well-trained teacher. And you gotta take that for what it's worth, because this school building is for the birds. I could go into what else we need beside a police station, but what's the sense? They'll drive me to the bug house, just doing what they do, and putting it in the Inquirer, the paper there, Community Advertiser, and stuff like that, and have these silly meetings they have on television about building everything new. They're just slapping you in the face when it goes on TV. That's all they're doing. We want this and we want that. We want this and we want that. Well, go get it. There's money in your bank, that's for sure. And these people who are led into a crazy life about contributing to the school and the library, forget about it. It's no good. No good at all. It's a way of life that we can live without. We are laughed at in different towns, because I sometimes go to a town hall in different towns and then get their some of the minutes of their meetings and all that stuff. They know how to treat people. Let me tell you something. I'm focused on their hearings, what they got to do and everything else. But they know how to treat people. Not this town. No, not this town at all. We have some very good boards in this town. Very good boards. The planning board is exceptional. They're at least they don't yell at the people coming in there for hearings and every other damn thing. That's for the birds. The zoning board, yeah, you all talk about it, but you do nothing. Yeah, they got a heavy responsibility to make sure that they got a zoning handbook and you go by the rules and regulations. There's nothing wrong with that. It's for your own well-being. And if certain addition or whatever has to be so many feet from whatever and whatever, that's all right. Hey, listen, do you go out in Sundays afternoons and have dinner on that piece of lawn that the other neighbor is trying to use without the right permits and stuff? No, you don't see that at all. You don't see that at all. It's wicked the way this town is being run. The way I heard, I don't even know what he looks like, the town manager. He doesn't come out of his office from 7:30 to 4:30. That's really cool. That's really nice. And these people who brown nose him, like Donna O'Connor, she brown noses him to no end. What is she running for? President of the United States? No, she's running for nothing, and she deserves to run for nothing. Because she didn't help anybody when she was a selectman down at when she lived in Precinct 2. She's not helping anybody now. And her adventures in this town should be curtailed. The town manager should realize he's talking to a brown noser, but he won't. He won't realize that. There's enough baloney in this town. There's enough damage that they instill this 2.5 too many times. The school superintendent got a raise from I think it was from the last 2.5. No, one before that. And now he's making an exorbitant amount of money a year, which he doesn't need at all. He doesn't do nothing, so what's he needed for? Any assistant he just put in there. I think his name is Collins. What do we need two people doing the same thing for? What? Nothing. We need nothing like that. It's ridiculous of what's going on there. It's got to come to an end, people, and only you can turn the tide by voting no at any election whatsoever, any 2.5s and all this other stuff. Then you'll see what politicians should be doing. They'll get out of their school mentality and maybe do something for the town. Do something right. The police station's a very important thing. We got to uphold the police station and the fire departments and all that stuff. There's a big lot on Maple Ave where there's a stone wall where they have two big fields there. They use them for soccer or baseball, whatever. Back in, I think it was in the 80s, there was supposed to be a high school, police station, and fire station built on that land. And there are notes and documents saying that the fire department could go to any part of Shrewsbury in record time, better than where they are now. But that got knocked down. I don't wish to speak about the dead, but Mr. County did a big mistake putting that a park. Please, don't come to no attitude, no perception of what should be done the right way. They were going to put a road from that stone wall all the way through next to the St. John's school and down into that road, the main road, down to the fields of St. John. That would have been beautiful. To have all those people there at one point in time is terrific. Well, I've burnt your ear long enough, but I hope you heard what I got to speak. And no more schools. We need a police station. That's the next building project we should go for. And that's it. A new police station is warranted at this point in time. It was warranted 5 years, 6 years ago, but you did nothing about it. So thank you for watching and listening to me. I know a lot of you people don't like me, which is okay. I don't care. But have a good evening, and thank you for watching Know the Facts. Good night.